Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, the dominoes have started to fall. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So guys, I'm going to ask right at the top of the video if you'd smash the like button down there so that the algorithm actually pumps this information out to as many people as possible. That would be absolutely fantastic. Well, guys, over the last week, what we have been witnessing is the very first dominoes that are starting to fall, leading to that last domino that falls, and that's the full implementation of this new digital economy. These bank failures, guys, are not coming out of thin air. Like these regulators don't even know or had no idea what's about to happen because they monitor these situations and they're on top of it, and they could see this coming months out. But guys, I'm starting to feel more and more that there are too many coincidences going on for this just to be happening right now, right at this perfect time. Now, these banking collapses are sending absolute shockwaves through the global market. And I want you to take a look at this article right here. Now, this just came out today from the New York Times. Bank fears go global, sending a shudder through markets. Stomach churning volatility in stocks, bonds, and other assets on Wednesday reflected renewed worries about the state of the economy and the risks lurking in the financial system. Fear about the unseen risk to the financial system rippled across the globe on Wednesday. Very interesting choice of words right there. Breaking the brief calm that had settled over the markets and deepening worries that a banking crisis could threaten the economy. The turmoil was set off by a panic over the health of Credit Suisse, the 166-year-old Swiss bank that has been reeling from years of mismanagement and poor risk control that warned this week about problems in its accounting practices. Well, right there, guys, this has been going on for years of mismanagement and poor risk control. What? The regulators didn't know that? The investigators and the auditors didn't see that? And now we're talking about problems in its accounting practices. Look, if you've ever worked in the financial system, you know that routine and regular banking audits take place. You don't think that they knew about this way in advance? Of course they did, guys. Don't let them buffalo you that this is some sort of emergency thing like a building just set up on fire. No, the smoke has been in the air for a very, very long time. And where there is smoke, there usually is fire, and they've known about it for a while. Now, just let's go on here a bit. Though the Swiss bank's difficulties differ from the woes of the American banks that have collapsed in recent days, concern about Credit Suisse added to a sense of dread about the economy in general. In an attempt to calm investors' nerves, Switzerland's central bank, the Swiss National Bank, said late in the day that it would step in if necessary to keep Credit Suisse afloat. Several hours later, the troubled lender said it would borrow up to 50 billion Swiss francs, or about 54 billion, from the central bank to ward off concerns about its financial health. Now, guys, interesting how they put this, in an attempt to calm investors' nerves. Well, what about the depositors' nerves? What about retail nerves? Do you notice that it's all about the investors' nerves? Guys, it's always been that way. It's all about protecting the big boys that got the billions of dollars invested. Oh, we got to make sure they're all calm. But I'll tell you something, guys. Where do you think the Swiss Central Bank, the National Bank, where do you think that they're coming up with the money to loan to Credit Suisse? You guessed it, guys, out of thin air. That's how they're getting it. When Biden comes out and he actually says, oh, there's no depositors that have to be worried. You don't have to worry. Your money's going to be there. Just don't worry about it. Where do you, we're giving them all these sweetheart loans. Ask yourself this, where are they getting the money to loan it to these banks? You guessed it, guys. It's coming out of the Federal Reserve. But where's the Federal Reserve get it? Guys, they create it. What we're watching here is quantitative easing part 5. And they're doing it in a big, big way. Literally, guys, the ice has melted. We have been on a massive iceberg and the ice has melted and we are literally on borrowed time before we literally the whole global financial system goes under, and they know it. Now, something I want you to kind of put into your little thinking cap here is this. Just take a look at some of these articles over here and ask yourself, is there any kind of a coincidence going on with all these banking failures right at this time? Take a look at this article. March 13th, 2023, SWIFT completes cross-border central bank digital currency settlement pilot. SWIFT is moving into the second phase of its cross-border central bank digital currency pilot, conducted with 18 central and commercial banks. Now you got the Bank of France here, the Deutsche Bundesbank, and the Monetary Authority of Singapore participated in the first phase. Participants conducted trials in a sandbox using APIs and 2 blockchain networks, Quorum and Corda. Well, guys, who does Corda use for instant settlement? You got it, XRP and XDC, as well as simulated real-time gross settlement network. Simulated, they don't identify who it is. Participants sent 183 payments in the sandbox environment, and it goes on there. But guys, I want you to see this article up here as well. Bank of International Settlements, and look at the date, March 6, 2023, wraps exploration project on retail central bank digital currency payment system. The bank concluded that a hub and spoke model between CBDC domestic systems could reduce settlement and counterparty risk and complete cross-border transactions in seconds. Absolutely no doubt. The Bank for International Settlements, or BIS, has reported it's concluded a project exploring international retail and remittance payments use cases for central bank digital currencies with the central banks of Israel, Norway, and Sweden. In a March 6 report, the Bank of International Settlements said it had finished Project Icebreaker, an initiative involving the bank's innovation hub Nordic Center that tested key functions and technological feasibility of interlinking domestic CBDC systems through the Central Bank of Norway, the Bank of Israel, and Sveriges Riksbank. According to the report, the BIS concluded that a hub and spoke model between domestic systems could reduce settlement and counterparty risk by using coordinated payments in central bank money and complete cross-border transactions in seconds. Guys, when we're talking about these CBDC systems, we're talking about central banks, different nation states, CBDC currencies being traveled around and traded amongst one another for cross-border payments. Now take a look at this right over here, because this is absolutely the same. Here it is, March 7th. BIS completes successful pilot study of central bank digital currency for cross-border payments. Guys, this is all over the place. And now I want you to ask a question. Who is the main mover, driver, creator, builder, the ones working on the infrastructure for these central bank digital currencies, mostly around the globe, who are working with the International Monetary Fund, who are working with Bank of International Settlements and other places like that? Well, guys, you guessed it. It is Ripple. And take a look at this. March 1st, 2023. Ripple is working with more than 20 countries on CBDC plans, says Brooke Entwistle. And we went over this before. Guys, Asia Pacific and Middle East and North Africa. This is who Brooke Entwistle, he's the director of all that, revealed that Ripple is currently in talks with more than 20 central banks regarding the development of central bank digital currencies. And we've read this article before, but what I'm trying to show you here and what I'm trying to tell you is this. Guys, add it up. We are moving into a global central bank digital currency system, and it's going to happen way faster than what most people are even considering. In fact, you would be amazed at the number of people who are not even aware of what a CBDC is. And I'm telling you guys, when you're seeing all these collapses and all of this liquidity crisis, major liquidity crisis that we're going through, this is the very reason this new digital economy was being invented in the first place. And when you're seeing that we're just moving into this whole ISO 222 messaging standard, a great portion of it coming live this month, and now you're seeing all these successful trials, guys, it's not going to be too much longer, and we're going to see the implementation of it. And when you think of that, think of the position that XRP holds as a bridge asset between all of these. How do you think they're settling all these things in seconds, guys? They're using the networks that have been literally built, the evolution of money being built by Ripple, by Stellar, by a lot of these ISO ecosystems. And what we're seeing here, guys, is the implementation of this new system. And these first dominoes are going to fall. You're going to watch a complete collapse. I genuinely believe that we are going to see an implosion on a scale like we have never seen. In fact, it is going to be way worse than what happened in the 2008 and 2009 banking crisis there. It is going to be big, guys. Why? Because the whole thing has spiraled out of control. Look, they can't be raising interest rates in an environment when they have to actually come out with quantitative easing, and they can't reduce the height of inflation without raising interest rates. It is a no-win scenario. They have to reset the system in order to actually make things function again. And by the way, guys, I think they're going to allow such a collapse that people are going to beg for this system. They're going to be praying for a system like this. And guys, think of this. This is why the whole XRP ledger, this is why distributed ledger technology was created in the first place. It was to really address and solve this issue, and it's coming up, and it's coming up fast. And all we're seeing right now is the very first of these dominoes starting to fall. But guys, you know how it works. If you've ever played dominoes, you've lined them up like that. When one falls, how long does it take to get to the end? It really doesn't take that long. Even if the chain is a long domino chain, it literally happens fast, one thing after another. And that's what we're watching. Listen, look, watch and see what happens over the next few days into next week. I think we're going to see much more collapses. In fact, you can go on the news right now and you can look it up over Google. You can research this, fact check it all you like. But there are a number of economists out there that are really projecting some major bank financial collapses within days and within the next few days, if not the next just couple weeks. It's going to happen. It's going to happen very fast. Don't kid yourself. And I'll tell you what, those of us that have got into this space early and have really just kept our ear to the ground and kept our knowledge base about what's going on in this system, yeah, we're still going to be affected, but at least we're a little more prepared than what the majority of the world is going to be. It's going to take the world by storm. Now, having said that, guys, you just need to look at it as a major blessing that you were awakened to this reality and you got into this space as early as you did. It is going to be something else. So guys, one thing I can tell you from experience is that when this next bull run takes off, you're definitely going to want to have your plan in place. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals. We work together to develop your exit strategy, and in fact, we can help you get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that will really help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com and we'll get y'all booked in. So guys, this is the video I have for you today, and as always, I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, I want to invite you to join the conversation and drop your comments right down there in the comment section open it up to the community and start a discussion. Now, many of you know I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And hey, don't forget to hit the notification bell down there, because as you know, things in this space change lightning fast, and I like to get that information out to you as soon as possible. And on top of that, I don't want you missing out on any of our regularly released videos. Now, if you're one of the thousands of people who have been watching these videos but you haven't yet subscribed, would you do the channel a favor and join this community? We would really love to have you on board. So, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.